going to do a presentation, the second session of the mentorship. And to do that is my own very good friend and brother, somebody I have known since we met in John's secondary school. John, it's also a face that when it comes to youth development across Ghana and Africa, he's known. Some years ago, he used to be on TV. He was the one hosting the TV3 midday, their morning show program. He has also been a producer for Super Morning Show at Multimedia, Joy FM. Recently, when the University of Ghana Department of Communication was celebrating the anniversary, he was a chairman actually for the planning committee. So if you are fond of watching TV, you will see John everywhere, and he's doing so much. He's actually the president of Africa Chamber for Youth Development, and also the CEO of A-League Consult. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be speaking on the theme, building your capacity as a youth and staying relevant in season and out of season in a world of competitive advantage. With a round of applause, let's receive.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause to yourself. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. I am honestly impressed with the numbers. I think Accra people, we are not serious. Kumasi, put yours together for me. I am really impressed. Well done to all of you for coming, and I can assure you that by the time you leave, there will be life-changing matters that you pick up, lessons that you pick up, that will stay with you for the rest of your lives. I hope you brought your notebooks and your notepads. Yes, I'll try and be very brief so that we can go into the panel discussion. But I would like to say a very big thank you to Dr. Augustina Angelina Silva King. Yes, please put your together for her. Anytime she applies for a visa, she no go suffer. Because the name in itself, not like my name John, Appiah. No, but if you hear her name and you don't know her, you assume she's for a Westerner or somebody from abroad. But I would like to do my presentation around her because she's a brilliant woman, very brilliant woman. And for those who don't know, I'll read a very brief profile about her. She's a senior lecturer. Even to become a lecturer, it'll be easy. Senior lecturer at the Department of Theoretical and Applied Biology. Wow. Me, I did biology in SS. The one, the guy, to me, I wanted to be a medical doctor, but I'm fat. But she is a senior lecturer at the Department of Theoretical and Applied Biology, KNUST Ghana. She holds a PhD in Clinical Microbiology from the Department of Clinical Microbiology, KNUST Kumasi. She also holds an MPhil and BS degrees in Clinical Microbiology and Biological Sciences, respectively. She did a postdoctorate research at the Institute of Virology, University of Bonn Medical Center, Germany, and the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research into Tropical Medicine. And look, I'm reading all this for you to appreciate and value and celebrate a great woman like this. It's very unfortunate that in Ghana, our celebrities and superstars are just musicians and entertainers. And no. I came from Accra this morning here, so when I got to the airport, I had some 1 or 2 cool celebrities also coming in the flight. And all the tenants, and together the one morning India Sambo football. But look at the great credentials she has. And during the time of COVID, she was like the face of COVID. Though she didn't have COVID, she was the face of COVID. Alright? And I want you to look at her. I'll talk about 5 key things you need to be able to be relevant in our 21st century. And I'll use that as an example as I go around my discussion. Alright? There are 5 main things I believe you need to have if you really want to stay relevant and be very available and ready to make impact in season and out of season. The first thing I want you to write down is the word intelligence. Write down the word intelligence. Very important. I am convinced that for young people to be really valuable and impactful in anything and everything that they do, we need to spend a lot of time to build what I would call our intelligence. Alright? There are two things. You know, there's general intelligence, which is more or less about your ability to think and reason, your ability to make decisions, your ability to be able to think out of the box and to be able to come up with solutions and stuff like that. That's general intelligence. And you all need to have that kind of general intelligence. Unfortunately, again, most of the time, people assume that young people were just energetic and full of vim and kappa, and all we do is to go on demonstrations. No, it is not the case. You need to change that paradigm. You need to work on developing the ability to use your head. Your head is not for carrying water or cement bags or any other thing. It's for thinking and reasoning. Alright? So generally, you need to consciously make an effort to improve your ability to reason and your ability to think. It is so critical and very important. Generally. So this kind of intelligence is not necessarily linked to school. That is why sometimes people will tell you that if you answer and a school answer. Because there are people that have never stepped in school, but they are thinkers. There are some people, unfortunately, there's a lot of crazy in their minds. But I want you from today to make a conscious effort to improve your ability to use the brains that God has given you. According to research, we are underutilizing the capacity of the mind. I went to buy something in a shop and the lady could not speak even any good English, just P. And I'll ask her, how much is this? She'll tell me the price. How much is this? Almost about 12 items. Even me asking for the prices with my master's degree and I had forgotten everything she had said. But she had it in her mind. Sometimes I go to buy stuff, let's say kinky. And then after I buy kinky and fish and all that, I pull out my calculator and I'm doing my calculation. The lady had finished the calculation and she's mentioned the price. And I didn't believe her. And I told her, me are starting. I give her the money, she gives me the change accurately. But this is someone who's not even stepped in the classroom. So your ability to think and reason is very critical. I don't want us as young people to be noted just for energy and excitement and our zone 2 and all that. We need to be able to use our heads to think and to reason. Now let's narrow it to what you are doing in school. I guess all of you are students, all right? And therefore there is something that you are learning. There is a course you are pursuing. There's a degree you are pursuing. You need to work very hard to become one of the best people in that particular field or that particular area. It still has to do with your intelligence. If you look at doctor has a special area and she's been able to add value to herself, increase her knowledge, increase her skills, increase her competence and all that, and she's one of the very best in the field. So during the time of COVID, in the whole of Ghana, there was no other person who could go to but her. Why? Because she's been able to build expertise out of what she's doing. I am sure that even if the president wanted 2 or 3 people to advise on a particular policy direction, she'll be one of the people that will be contacted because she is a repository of knowledge and information in that particular area. So whatever you are studying in school, sometimes they tell us, oh, university they are coca. Me, I followed people when I was in Legon. My class were about 1,005 in the class, political science. Me have my own class, but and then we were but the point is that take your studies very seriously. Whatever field you find yourself in, you may say to yourself, I don't want to be a lecturer, so why should I take publishing serious or whatever it is. Look, there's something about excellence. If you're able to build a lot of competence and a lot of skill and knowledge base in a particular area, you become one of the best in that field. Take the cameraman for example. There are so many cameramen. When you go on the internet, go on Facebook, so many people that are photographers and all that. But you need to be able to develop your skills and your competence to the point that you become one of the best in the field. Madam, you do what? Massage. Yes, you can develop it, build yourself, read. It's not just about the practical knowledge. You need to get a lot of information. Read about it. There are certain things you may not be taught in the class. That's why you're able to read. Can I see those who regularly go to the library? I nearly go for one. You know, there are some people, the only time they go to the library is exams time. Yeah. But I want you to understand, look, your intelligence is very important. The general intelligence, your ability to think and reason is there. But also the area you find yourself in, whatever thing you find yourself doing, even your talents that you have. Some of you do makeup, you do this and that. Learn about it, read about it, go on YouTube, get to build your information around that area. It is extremely important. So nudge your neighbor, push your neighbor and say, work on your intelligence. It is very, very important. The second thing I'll talk about is your communication skills. Your communication skills. If Dr. Silverkin, with all the knowledge she has, she had not mastered her communication skills, she will be in a classroom somewhere just writing documents and other things. But she's mastered the art of communication. And therefore she's able to express herself, she's able to bring her knowledge to the table, and she's able to help find solutions to problems related to her field of specialty. So all of you need to work on your communication skills. A lot of you, when you're talking with your friends, the way you talk with energy and vim, when you get into public, all that disappears. And I find that very amazing. You need to work on your communication skills. Number one is your public speaking skills. Public speaking skills. Some of you think that public speaking is for just pastors and politicians. So you don't bother about public speaking. The moderator, the first lady who moderated, your name? Mary Ann. Mary Ann has fame, confidence. Oh, clap for her. You know? And it's about your public speaking skills. You need to develop your public speaking skills. Don't tell yourself, me, I'm a shy person. I am an introverted person. In the corporate world, the people that are able to articulate and express themselves, those are the people that people find leadership potential in, and those are the people that are elevated to the top. You can be smart, you can be sharp, but if you have poor communication skills, you will not go anywhere. So please build your communication skills, starting with your public speaking skills. When you come to meetings like this and there's an opportunity for you to talk, take the mic and speak. Express yourself. Very important. You are in a class, the lecturer is talking about something, you have an idea, put up your hand. Your friends will pull your hand down, and then yes, I'm good at that. Hello, from Saturday, pray. But you need to be able to overcome all those things and lift up your hands and express yourself. It makes a big difference. If you have a question up your mind, put up your hand and ask the question. In the midst of all those people, you are building your competence, you are building your ability to communicate. It is very important as a young person, your public speaking skills. Number two, your writing skills. Writing skills. Some of you cannot write a paragraph without mistakes and errors. Grammatical errors and all that. You need to improve your writing skills. Because as you go into the corporate and business world, there's a lot of writing you have to do. Even writing applications. I work for Kufuria Clinic, you know, and as the managing director, I get a lot of applications. Sometimes you get somebody's application letter and you have to take red pen and be correcting it. And this is someone who says that I've graduated from school. Maybe shorthand on WhatsApp and other things have spoiled our writing skills. But you need to be able to write very well. You need to be able to write very well. Whether you're writing a report, you are writing a document, a business proposal, you are writing minutes for a meeting, you need to improve your writing skills. I beg you, it is important. Work on your writing skills. Your examinations, you have to write it down. You may have the idea, but if you don't write it well, your sentence, grammar, construction, all over the place, it will work against you in your CV, and there are a lot of errors. And you are writing 2021 and you write 202, the one doesn't come, you don't even proof or spell check, and you submit it. And petty errors like that, it will cost you a lot. So work on your writing skills. Some of you will say, oh, it is not everywhere you can speak. You have to write certain times. Alright, so please work on your writing skills. Write good sentences. Some of you, when you go through town, you see somebody is trying to do an advert for his company or her company, and even the spelling on the board is wrong. And people are making fun. You want to write, let's say, hair salon, and you've written hair salon or something. How? You want to write Adidas expert, you have written Adibas. You didn't spell check it. You need to work on your writing skills. Tell your friend, work on your writing skills. It is very, very important. And then number three, work on your social media skills. Can I see those of you here who are active on social media? Yes, it's a very powerful tool. There are some of you, your only social media tool is what's up, credit? So I had. But I couldn't come from Snapchat. The only thing you know is Snapchat. But look, social media is a very powerful tool. Very powerful tool. If there's somebody that can testify about the power of social media, I have a friend here called Appiah. Where are you? Is social media not powerful?
Very powerful.
Very powerful. But some of you, you don't have any, even if you have a Facebook account, you are there to just do concern. So you are there and reading and laughing at people and all that. But you need to utilize the power of social media. There's a tool called LinkedIn. How many of you are on LinkedIn? It's a very good tool. Build your profile on LinkedIn. I am recruiting for a current role that I've put on LinkedIn. People see it and they apply. You are not on LinkedIn and you are sitting in your home and you are praying to go for a job. Where will the job come from? You don't read newspapers, you don't go to meetings, and you are just in your room. How will you even know there's a vacancy here? So please develop your social media skills. It is not just for fun and selfies and you have gone to the beach and you have put it there. And I know a lot of you have heard of this young lady called what's her name? The girl who became very popular because of her dancing style on Instagram. I know, but I was testing you. See someone that Kelly. How many have seen her dancing on social media before? I'm not a pastor, so all the boys that you answer. Alright? But the point I'm making is that social media is a very powerful tool. Use it very well. Use it to be able to advance yourself. Use it to be able to position yourself strategically and do something with yourself. My job at TV3, I had it because of my Facebook page. The editor at that time was connected to me on Facebook, saw the things I was doing on Facebook, and called me one Saturday afternoon and said, John, I think you can do TV. Have you ever thought of doing TV? I'm like, oh, TV crowd, I should come and come in, Jimmy. But I said, John, I think you can do it. You have the personality, you have the voice. Why don't you try it? And I gave an attempt, and then this is where I find myself now. All right. So social media is very powerful. I know a particular young lady that got a job at the Petroleum Commission. She had finished school, searching for a job, wasn't getting a job, and there was a particular issue about the industry, and she had some thoughts and opinions. So she wrote it nicely and posted it on LinkedIn. Then somebody went to tag one of the managers or directors of Petroleum Commission, and the person went to read what the lady had written and inbox the lady and asked her to come and see him in the office. And that was the beginning of a job opportunity for the girl. So build yourself on social media. If you are doing massage, find a nice way of putting it out there. Not just showing pictures and videos, but talking about it, giving people advice. 4 tips to be able to have a very good back and all that, because it helps. If one sells bags, one madam does shea butter. Don't just be interested in selling. You have to be a thought leader in that area. So you can have on your page advantages of shea butter. What shea butter can do for you that maybe cocoa butter can do for you. Sometimes it's controversial, but you know, you are out there. So you need to build your profile on social media. So after today, if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn and Instagram and you are just posting the food you be eating, unless you're a food expert, that one I don't have a problem. If you're a food expert, continue to post food. If you're a musician, continue to post music. If you're a footballer, continue to post football. But at least utilize the power of social. It's global. It's everywhere. So somebody can be in England and connect to you. I just had a message from somebody in Germany, a big consultant. I went to read about the person's profile and I was amazed and wow. I remember about 6 years ago, I didn't understand some of these things. So I had somebody messaging me. Apparently the person is a very big businessman in South Africa. But at that time I thought the person was a fraudster. Today I'm searching for the person's number. I can't find it. Just a family complete. So please work on your social media skills. So communication skill is important, public speaking, your writing skills, and then work on your social media skills. The third thing I'll talk about is your character. Character. Very, very important. You need to be able to work on your character. It is very important, especially in our dispensation. Character is everything. Your integrity, your ability to work with principles, your ability to, for people to even trust you, trustworthiness, reliability. A lot of young people you cannot rely on them. You give them a job to do, they won't even come and do it. Even your own roommates, they don't trust you. When you are coming, they are hiding their phones. It's a shame, isn't it? Yes. Some of you, when you pass by a bank, the alarm will go off. Hey, thief around, when your baby out. Because you are not maybe stealing from banks, but maybe your mother gives you money for chop money or for paying your fees, and you chobalize it somewhere else. Nina a theft, and I'm not you are smart. You've gone to buy something. There's change. Bring the change. Oh, we call it 300. I don't know 220. In the 80, no, I find Sikano ever in. I told you. So please work on your character. And I'm telling you as an employer, now we employ people not just based on your skills and intelligence, but on the weight of your character. Can we trust you? Can we put our confidence in you? Are you a reliable person? So character is very important. A lot of people are losing their jobs because they have very bad characters. There's this funny clip going on social media where a young man goes for an interview and then they ask him, what are your weaknesses? Then he says that, oh, women are my weaknesses. The boss was surprised, but if your weaknesses are women, this company has a lot of women, so why? So boss, that's why I apply for the job. Number one, I do the character does. So you need to work on your character. You should be a trustworthy person, a reliable person. These things are important. Don't joke with character. You can have the same qualification, the same competency level, but it is your character that will let you stand out. There are some of you, if God should make a mistake and give you a job, you might be good, because you can be deeper. But you get up and you're blaming politicians and insulting them. But even you, your small society association in school, you are the financial secretary. So sorry, I'm not the politicians are telling you. But the point is that please work on your character. The fourth thing I'll talk about is your attitude. Your attitude. It's extremely important. You should always be positive. Some of you are so negative. You don't see any good coming out of yourselves or out of your lives. You are always looking at the pessimistic side of life. Oh, you can't wait there. Oh, Ghana there. Oh, and people are always looking at the negative side. Please change your perspectives. Be positive. Be positive. It's very important. And then be hopeful. We live in a country where if you are not strong, you give up. I mean, you will completely give up. But you need to have hope that the young lady that works in the bar, where is she? Perfect. You have to have hope. And her story is replicated in several forms. The last time I put on social media that don't just misjudge people because of what they are doing now. Because you may think that, oh, we'll graduate and go school. Education abroad, you have no idea. Some friends of mine too, they had looked for a job and they couldn't get. So they decided, one of their aunties gave them a car, this mini bus. So they were running, carrying things from Makola or from places to Makola and all that. So one day they took a lady, parked the car. So one was the mate, one was the driver. And once they had a conversation, the one was like, oh, money too much for fine boys, they said, go school. Then the driver looked at the mate like this. And the one asked, oh, also, my graduate too, maybe university, you have a degree in this. My brother knows what degree in this. So I said, hey, I don't know where you are. But today, these people are doing great things. They are no longer driving the church or whatever it is. Alright? So you need to place that premium on yourself and have hope. So those of you who have been disrespecting Uber drivers, but I can't but the point I'm making is that look, don't look down on anybody. You need to respect people. It is very important. Be hopeful and also respect people. Don't look down on people. Don't write people off. Some of you are fond of writing a lot of people off. Oh, I'm writing the guy comes to propose love to you. My future is not in this your power. But there is a lot of hope for the future. Alright? So be hopeful. Be hopeful. Because sometimes you know where you're coming from. Your background, team. Sometimes you get discouraged, but please have hope. Have hope that things will work out well. It is very, very important. And the final thing I'll talk about is your personal appearance. It's also very critical. If you want to be relevant, if you want to be impactful in season and out of season, don't joke with your personal appearance. Don't joke with it. The way you dress, that's how people address you. See the way I dress today. A lot of people at the airport, oh, honorable, many people, but your dressing speaks a lot about you. I'm not saying go and wear extremely expensive stuff, but even what you have, use it well, keep it well. Like I was telling you, I was recruiting last week. somebody came to the interview and I'm like, but you only say I was like, oh, please, I came for the interview. Into the feel for the way by interview now. I mean, who would even be impressed with you? And you're looking for a business development manager who will be going out and doing presentations and all that. Didn't you think of going to borrow, even if you don't have, and look good for the job? Some of you too overdo it, dress to kill. Just a but so it's a balance. Don't overdo it. It's a balance. It's a very delicate balance that you should be able to, keep. When I was on campus those days, people go to lectures. The young men, Charlie, Accad for not a single, not change that they go, not a shorts, not a slippers for lectures. The first time I came to tech and I saw the way people were dressed, I'm like, but only a program you are on the damn program. One call lectures. Because in Legon those days, bogus, Accad, and some dress that a young lady will wear to the lecture the crowd bar, on to me very class, or her class if you're confused, so it's a fair balance. Don't overdo it. Balance it well, but learn to dress well. Alright? Work on your personal hygiene. It's important. Some of you, if you say hello to the person sitting next to you, you say, these things are important. You sit in the Trotsky and you want to just toss your hair like this. By the time you finish tossing, everybody has disappeared from the car. We have not said anything, I'll just give you an example. So you need to work on these things. It's important because you see, we live in a society where interlinked and connected, and your appeal is important. There are some people who will draw close to you by virtue of even the way you carry yourself about. All these things are important. Alright? So if you focus on these 5 things and you use Dr. Silverkin as a very good example, you work on your intelligence, general intelligence, your ability to think and reason, your academic credentials, whatever you are doing. Go to school. If somebody tells you that school, but you need to know what to do with it to be able to make advancement. If you get opportunity to do MPhil, do Masters, do MSc, do PhD, continue and do it. I know people that are, PhD holders that are not necessarily using it, but they have it because it's a very powerful tool you need to be able to advance in a particular direction. And also emotional intelligence. It's another part of your intelligence. You have to be emotionally very balanced, very strong. Some of you are not emotionally balanced. Hey, but we have to be able to manage your emotions. How dare you stand up to your boss and you are challenging your boss? Boss, this one here, and you think you're emotionally intelligent, you need to manage your emotions. I watched a clip of somebody who went to a funeral, and the picture of the person who had died had been displayed there, but the picture is a bit funny. I'm sure because of social media, they made it even more funny. So people that were supposed to be crying, they were there and they were laughing. Emotional intelligence, 0. A friend of yours is celebrating his birthday or her birthday. Your roommate, you know it, you've heard it, the person has received the call. Oh, Medasi, I mean, sure, and every birthday they may get you. You know it's the person's birthday, but that day you don't even talk to that person. And then I am on, yes, sir. You have to balance your emotions. Those things are critical. Some of you are hard stone hearts. You don't have any more boy in your life. Nipana or hockey or street, or hustle, or beton adiama, 3 cities. Only that can't be 1 city. Yes, boss. Oh. Look at emotional people. I got my job in Joy FM because I asked a question at a master's degree class when we were doing a seminar, and the person heard my voice and then was like impressive, and the question you asked was intelligent, so why not? So you need to develop your communication skills. Sometimes people come for interviews, there's a panel of 5 and you are there and we ask a question and you are talking like you are talking to your boyfriend. So I believe I'm like, are you joking? Meanwhile there's physical space, so communication is important. Meanwhile the CV is perfect, but the person comes shaking, shivering. When I was on TV, sometimes we'll bring experts and politicians and businessmen, and when they get on set, you see them shaking. They say, oh, now share one. There you are. But my point is that develop your communication skills. If you are good at what you do, you will always have the opportunity to articulate and to speak. If Dr. Silverkin was afraid of TV, she could not have expressed her knowledge. Doc, Not like true. Some of you should put the camera on you and put mic on you and say 1, 2, action. You will go massive. But the point is, if you are good at what you do, there will always be opportunity. Sometimes radio stations will call you, oh, we've heard about massage therapy. Can you educate us on that? My massage, my massage is only practical but not in talking. But you need to develop your art of talking. Sometimes you can do a small video and communicate. So if you want to get a proper back, this is how you work. This is what you do. And somebody's recording you and you are uploading all those videos. You are building some credentials for yourself. Somebody cook for 80 hours. You can do massage for 80 hours and enter the Guinness Book of Records. Anyway, so please, your communication skills. And then your character. Your character. You should be a trustworthy person. You should be somebody that if you find somebody's money on the ground, you leave it there and not take it. But then I can't hide it. But when was the last time you found money on the floor? It doesn't happen again. People are walking and they are looking on the ground. They are like the list in the paper, you know. But the point I'm trying to make is that you need to be able to be a person of character. You should be a trustworthy person. You sit in a car, somebody drops iPhone 14 plus, and call the person, madam, please come for your phone. Don't just pray, God, let the person go, let the person go. The Lord has blessed me with iPhone 14 plus. You take out the chip and then all that. You should be people of integrity. You should be trusted. Even as a student, the scandals going around, sex for grade and money for grade and all that, don't be part of all those things. You need to have a good character, and then you should have a good attitude. You should be positive. If you're negative, people don't like coming around you. Have you not noticed it? And some of you, in the name of like that kind of snobbish attitude, meanwhile you don't have anything. You don't have anything. Oh, me, I don't eat corn meals. No. Meanwhile, you get cornflakes, you eat that. So cornflakes, it is what? It is what? It is plantain flakes. You don't eat you don't like maize products and all that. Meanwhile, you don't have the money to go and buy fried rice. So please, you need to have a very positive attitude. Respect people. That thing, I need to tell you, you never know who will become the next great person. So you need to learn to respect people. Don't judge people based on their appearance. You look at the person's face and say, as for you to do well, unless God comes in. God will come in and you see you do well and you'll be still at your own place. Some of you meet some of your mates later in life and like, oh, but you didn't know anything in school, so how can you remind the person that when the person is at a position to help you? So your attitude is very important. And finally, your appearance. Look, carry yourself with confidence. Carry yourself well. You don't have all the clothes in the world, but dress well. Your appeal should be very important. Watch where you're going and how you're going to dress for it. Don't take your church clothes and then go to a conference with the church clothes. Slit and kaba with oh, why are you going? I'm going for a seminar. Some of you are going to church and like, is it the beach you are going to? You are going to church. But now people don't take those dresses to church. Or is there? Anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will end my presentation here, but please, just tell yourself, from today, you're going to apply these principles I've shared with you. You're going to work hard on your intelligence. You should be able to think on your feet. Sometimes people will ask you a question and like, the way you respond, you are surprised. Sometimes I see somebody, their appearance and everything, comes to the interview and assume that this is a smart person. You ask one question, what the person is wandering around. I just want to pause and say, with all due respect, that's your mind work. But you can't say that in Ghana, don't say you are disrespectful. But the point is that let your mind work, I beg you. It is for thinking, it's for reasoning, it's for solving problems. Come up with innovative and creative ways of solving problems and making things happen. Alright? Your communication skills, your ability to express yourself and to articulate. Maybe there's a demonstration on campus, they want people to talk to in front of the camera, everybody is running away. For all you know, somebody will watch the interview and say, that's a brilliant person. No, please come. We want to work with you. You know, you are in a car, you have a call, and the way you have been talking, you're like, who's this girl, who's this guy? But you need to be able to communicate with tact, with diplomacy, with wisdom. It's important. You need to also work on your attitude. You need to work on your attitude. So put all these things together and make a promise to us that next year, if you do this conference again, you have a lot of testimonies to share with us. You have a lot of things to share with us. I came to this conference, I learned about this and that, and to me, this is where I am. The future is yours. Let it go.